ones coming up.
Jeez.
Okay.
This has got to be late in the pools here in their pools.
Well, I can look up exactly how late in the pools this is, and I'll get back to you on that.
The next match that's coming up is going to be Dieminion versus Phenom. Now, Phenom, of course, is one of the European players who has qualified for Capcom Cup. He won one of the premier events in Europe against a lot of strong competition. I know Daigo Umehara was at that tournament, and he has definitely made it. And so Dieminion, of course, is one of the strongest players from New York.
Yeah.
Always has been one of the strongest players in New York.
Long time, and for quite a while in Street Fighter 4, thought he was the best American Street Fighter 4 player in general. So we have one of the best in Europe, one of the best in North America come into play right now in their pool, and unless I'm reading this wrong, this might be a first-round matchup.
That's crazy.
Because look, again, this pool is stacked. Okay, Ray Ray's in there, Human Bomb's in there. These two are in there. I feel really like any of those four could make it out in winners or losers. I don't know.
And you know what the interesting thing is? These guys might actually have more experience against each other than we think, because Dieminion travels to Europe every so often.
Actually, you know, I spoke with Phenom, and he said that he doesn't have a ton of experience against Fong.
Oh,
so I don't think that they have played very often. But, you know, he said in general he's going with Nikali. There's no surprise there. Of course, he plays Bison too. But, you know, Nikali is certainly stronger. And although he does tend to bring out Bison at least once in a tournament, typically he runs with Nikali. Unless he thinks, like, this is really not working out, or I have a particular read on this player.
Look, he likes M. Bison, but a lot of M. Bison players have said that everything that they want Bison to do, that's what Nikali does. So that's why a lot of them have gone to this character.
At the same time, I really like Dieminion on Fang. At the start, I thought that was a little wild, but he's really picked it up, and we've seen him do super well at some NLBCs. I love his play style with this character. He, of course, played Guile in the last game, and you can see, and it was defensive Guile, right?
Right.
So he's playing this character to be a defensive Fong. A lot of other people are playing him to be a setup character, but that's not his goal.
Oh, there's that jump back OS tech again. Gets the knockdown, the meaty into the throw. Nice. I like how Phenom just saw the poison was on during the V-trigger activation.
The punish was there. Okay, EX Otoja. Poison now. And he does go in. It's the grab.
Oh, goes for a shimmy there, but not taking the bait. Phenom trying to get in there now.
A read that a lot of players have on Phenom is that he is very happy with Dragon Punches. And so I'm impressed that Dieminion would go in for the grab in that kind of a situation.
Well, thanks to the poison, he's down to no life, but nice charge
grab.
Command throw, EX uppercut, not going to be quite enough.
Where will it be low? Oh, it just was right up there in the front, was stand short.
Yep, and Dieminion hit a button on wake up. That's why you saw the counter hit. Yeah. So there you go.
Look, that's Fong, okay? He can spend a lot of time controlling the game. There's the DP.
Yep.
And he can fall apart real quickly.
Yep, just like you said, you know, Dieminion doing a good job baiting that DP out. Like you said, that's the read on Phenom.
It's not always accurate. It's just there have been some tournaments where he's brought it out a lot. It doesn't always do it, but it is a reputation he has.
Ooh, nice distancing to stand right outside of that throw range, and that's going to be a stun.
And that should be the game. Again, didn't it seem like Fong was doing pretty well for a while?
Yep.
And it just melted?
Yep.
That's something you have to really pay attention to, really guard against as Fong. And that's part of why some of the people who play Fong are a little bit more offensive, a little bit more about being preemptive about it. They don't want to be on the back foot.
That is what, that's generally how we see, for example, Cien play Fong. Very setup heavy, very mix-up heavy. Yeah. Sure. Ooh, cross counter.
Oh, he had advantage frames there, and Phenom pressed the button and got it. Interesting choice on both sides.
I mean, that's a lot of times, you know, That's the mix-up of Street Fighter V, right? You have a situation where one character has the frame advantage after a block, meaning that, you know, he can act first. And so they use that opportunity. The opponent knows that they're scared to touch a button, right? And so you take that opportunity to move forward, gain some distance, maybe use a slower move. And so as the defensive player, even when you're in that situation, sometimes you just got to hit buttons anyway.
Right.
Challenge.
Yeah, that's something you have to do, and Phenom was right there. Trying to move forward. Love the whiff punish. Here comes Phenom now. Dieminion. Oh! Knocked down again on the ropes. Yeah, he has a lot of life left, but, you know, he's 2 hits away from dying, so he's on the ropes officially in my book.
I mean, that's exactly how a lot of those rounds went. So there's one hit.
Okay, the crouching shorts was there. He
Gets
found the
out
hit.
of there with a V-trigger cancel, and then gets the normal throw. And you can see Phenom just losing life little by little thanks to the poison.
But I love Phenom backdashing just to get out of that. He had the read that his opponent would expect DP, and so he got a chance to escape.
Oh, the
anti-air did not work!
And the EX is going to be enough to take it.
Killer.
Oh.
Dieminion saw it coming, thought he had the right tool.
He hit the right button.
That's what he thought, but he did not, in fact, hit the right button. As confusing by the results. What can you say?
That's the strength right there of some of Necalli's jump attacks. He's one of those characters that I feel like gets to jump in a lot more than other characters because that jumping fierce is really good. He's got the dive kick delay. His jumping heavy kick is really good. Medium kick is really good. He's got a lot of good jump attacks.
And we saw a nice wheel of anti-air options from Dieminion. He had the crouching strong to whiff under. Okay, he saw that the crouching fierce was actually traded with by jump fierce at the start. Crouching strong underneath to get the punish, and I think he might have been expecting an empty jump or something like that because of that, but didn't come.
Yeah, well, maybe we'll get a chance to look at that jump fierce blowing up the crouch fierce and the Score Esports replay. Sorry, apologies.
The dyslexia so strong here, but let's check out this international match from Norway. It is Phenom, and he's representing with every jump in possible known to mankind.
Just like you said, there was the jump heavies early, so Dieminion answered back with a jump back heavy of his own. There was a crouch strong anti-air. That's the slippery anti-air that Fangs will know about. You can kind of avoid it. There it is again. Really, the anti-airs were the story of this matchup. Here's another instance. Finally, Dieminion does find that angle that he was looking for, but there just wasn't enough there, and Phenom didn't even have to use the dive kick. What a tough matchup. Phenom moving on over Dieminion. Let's kick it back to you guys.